Guinea. And we meet to do that is Mustafa Jinodi. You are welcome to another episode of our AFCON 2025 series.
All right, so this is going to be a good game. Both teams are almost equally matched, but Burkina Faso is a little bit in better form than Equatorial Guinea. They have a very good attacking side with options, especially from Tapsoba, who's very good form, and they've been unbeaten in their last 6 matches. They'll be meeting an Equatorial Guinea team that's sound defensively, but it relies too much on their striker, Emilio Nsu. So I think the fact is that Burkina Faso has a little bit more options and a little bit more depth. But nevertheless, this will be a good game. What are your thoughts on this game, Afolabi?
I quite agree with you. Burkina Faso sets up in a typical 4-1-4-1 formation. Like you rightly mentioned, Edmond Tapsoba of Bayer Leverkusen is their main player, allied defender that's able to build from the back and circulate the ball by beating the first line of press. And they are very much evenly matched, but I think Burkina Faso has a little bit more experience than Equatorial Guinea. And then on the side of Equatorial Guinea, you mentioned Emilio Nsue is one of their top players, as well as one guy called Miranda. So they play 4-3-3, and they are very bold and brave. But I feel Burkina Faso, with their experience and the fact that they have a lot of tall players and they like to play the ball vertically in the middle, they might have a little bit more for the Equatorial Guinea players, which I suspect will play a mid to low block kind of game.
Yeah, and with Tapsoba from Leverkusen and Traore and Ouattara, so you've got 3 attacking players who are very dynamic, and I just have the feeling that they're going to have a little bit more firepower than Equatorial Guinea. And Guinea is struggling up front because Nsue is getting older, and they tend to be more of a midfield defensive team. So I'm going to say that I'm going to pull for Burkina Faso to win this match. I'm looking at this game being something like maybe 1-0 or 2-0. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. 2-1 more like, or 1-0. Burkina Faso need to be weary. They play a very high defensive line. They can be vulnerable when Tapsoba, because of his age, steps into midfield. He doesn't quite have the pace of recovery that he used to have because of his age. And Equatorial Guinea too over-rely on Nsue, and they don't have any other secondary scoring threat. So it looks like a low-scoring victory for Burkina Faso. I quite agree with you on this.
Yeah, very low-scoring. And we know this is Africa, so there's a good chance, when we say low-scoring, there's also the good chance for the third option, which is draw. Draw is big in this tournament.
Sure, absolutely.
And then also we have to watch out because we've seen certain teams like Zimbabwe do well against Egypt with mistakes. So that's going to be another issue. Sure. How do you see the tactics playing out in this game?
Yeah, I think Burkina Faso is going to try as much as possible to pen the Equatorial Guinea team back and push forward. And they're going to try and see if they can play line-breaking passes through the middle. Now, the question is, do they have a striker with killer instinct that can put the ball away? From the setup they have here, it doesn't look like. They have one guy, Azizi, and Blati Toure. I'm not sure, and Ouattara as well. I'm not sure those guys have allied finishing ability. But let's see how it goes. But
what they're going to have to do is, I see them scoring, and if they score from the wings, it's going to be if they've beaten the defense and it's like maybe a 1v1 or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
It's going to be very interesting. And Equatorial Guinea does have a defensive solidity. So I always say this: these types of teams that are sort of moderately talented in Africa, they rely on the low block. You saw how that low block challenged Egypt yesterday, but Egypt found a way. But the difference is that Egypt has skilled wingers and forwards.
Yeah,
we don't know if Burkina Faso has that skill. So I'm going to lean towards Burkina Faso winning, but like I said, it could be close, and I could see a draw. I do not see Equatorial Guinea winning this game. I don't see it. What would be their road to victory?
It will be difficult, really.
Road to victory.
Yeah. Well, maybe set pieces.
Set pieces or mistakes and defense.
All this chaotic.
By the way, you know that first goal that South Africa scored against was it against I think it was due to no, it wasn't South Africa. It was the first goal that scored against Egypt, Zimbabwe. Egypt made a mistake in the back. They gave the ball to
They made a mistake.
Yeah. So the teams have to watch out for that. All right, Afolabi. So we're going to wish both teams, Equatorial Guinea and Burkina Faso, good luck on your road to getting out of the first group. Who else is in their group?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think it's Tunisia.
Oh, yeah.
I need to confirm.
Yeah, Tunisia. So good luck. One of these teams might make it through. Okay, take us out, Afolabi.
Oh, it's been another brilliant preview of the AFCON series. We have been looking at Burkina Faso and Equitorial Guinea, two teams that look relatively evenly matched, albeit Burkina Faso looks a little bit more experienced. And from Mustafa and myself, we'll be back again.
Welcome. Okay, yes.